Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 249 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, knit, crochet, and get into all kinds of other crafting shenanigans. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. It is Saturday, March the 15th, 2025, and we have a cool, overcast, dreary kind of day out there. They're threatening rain for the next couple days, which is probably fine because it's kind of dry around here. There's burn bans and all that stuff, so there's a risk for fires. So we could use some rain, but it's dreary out, and I'm staying indoors all day, so that's fine. I don't have to go anywhere. Don't have to drive anywhere. It's all good. So welcome everyone. If you're a new viewer, thank you so much for coming by and checking out my channel. I'm so happy to have you here with me. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back for another week to see what kind of shenanigans I've been up to and what kind of progress I've made on my different projects. I appreciate you coming back to see me week after week. If any of you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe to my little channel. It really helps me out. If you would like the videos, comment, share, hit the notification bell, all that good YouTube-y stuff. Maybe it gives me some favor in the YouTube eyeballs. I don't know. But anyway, I'm so happy to have each and every one of you here with me today. And always so happy to have you with me anytime you come to join me. Appreciate you all so much. So, if you've been following my little vlog style for the past week, you know I was away for this past week. It was spring break from work, and hubby and I, during spring break, we always try to get away. Typically, we try to get away from where the students are likely going to go. So we will never go to, or very unlikely will we go to a warm, tropical, student overrun area during spring break. We'll go the opposite direction. We will go someplace that's quiet and peaceful. So it does make for a very nice break. We thoroughly enjoyed our break this past week. Well, we left on Monday, came back yesterday on Friday. Had a wonderful time. Just did a lot of nothing. Well, I did a lot of knitting. Hubby did a lot of napping. We both did a lot of snacking and eating, and it was wonderful. We had such a nice time. It was so relaxing, completely recharged our batteries, which was exactly what we needed. So I did, as I mentioned, I got a lot of knitting done. And while I was away, and last night and this morning, I finished my Sock Madness round 1 socks. Finished them, submitted my entry. I was fast enough that I did make it to move ahead into round 2 for my team. I think my team is dugong. It's a little sea creature that looks similar, kind of like a manatee, but it's not a manatee, but they look kind of similar. Similar physique is what I have, which I thought was kind of funny. But anyway, these were the socks for round 1. And these are Day and Night socks by Alina Malevich. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I butchered it horribly, I'm sorry. So here they are. There is a right sock and a left sock, so you have to follow specific patterns for either of them. But as you can see on these, my little way of remembering this was that the red marker is for the right sock. They both start with an R. And the left sock is in a lemon yellow marker. So it's my left sock and the right sock. But as you can see, just looking at the right sock, one side looks like so, the other side like so. And similarly for this one, the left one, it reverses. So when you're wearing them, it will be, let's just kind of twist them a little bit. So you'll see that didn't work worth beans. I'm not doing this well at all. Oh my gosh. I might have relaxed a little bit too much, and my sense of explaining things might have been left at the cabin. Anyway, when you wear them, they're mirrors of each other. So if you look at one side, if your feet are standing beside each other, you'll have the green on both sides, the green on one side, the white on the other side. So they're going to be reversed from each other. But they're done. And I am so happy with them. I haven't tried them on. I don't know if they'll fit my big feet and my fat ankles and calves. If they don't fit, they don't fit. I'm fine with that. I will put them in the pile of socks that I will gift to somebody. I've been threatening the ladies at church that I'm going to sort through all my socks and get together a collection of them that I wish to gift and let them help themselves. I still haven't done it. I've got one lady in particular that's keeps hinting that she would like a pair of socks. So, she's also the first one. If any of my hand knits disappear, I'm checking her closets first, because she's likely the one. She is likely the most likely to kidnap something. Drinking Coke Zero this afternoon. So my socks, I finished them this morning, well, about 20 after 12 today, lunchtime. So I was able to get daytime pictures, which is kind of unusual for Sock Madness. Usually you end up you knit into the wee hours of the night to finish them on time, and then you submit a crappy nighttime picture. That is probably torture to the moderators who have to evaluate the pictures. But anyway, so they're done. Now I will patiently wait until the next pattern comes out. Round 2 will come out sometime around Tuesday to Thursday, probably next week. It might come out a drop earlier if all of the teams fill all of their spots before the 2-week window is over. It probably won't happen. I think this round will finish sometime in the morning on Tuesday. I can't remember what time the last pattern came out, but I believe it was on Tuesday. So that's fine. That gives me time to rest my hands. My poor hands are they're aching. I do need to kind of rest my hands. Maybe I'll start a crochet project just to do something a little bit different with my hands. Who knows? But the other project I worked on just a teeny tiny bit this week is my warm-up socks from Sock Madness. I'm still plugging away with those. And these are the Gansy Adventure socks, and this is a pattern by Zaliwa. Again, apologies for butchering the name. But these I added a little bit to them. I've had, on one pair, I had finished the gusset increasing, and on the other pair I was able to add a little bit more to the gusset. So I'm almost done the gusset increasing on the second sock, and then it'll just be a matter of simply just continuing on down the foot. So those are coming along. I plan on working on those some over the next few days, probably when I have time at home and when I'm not needing to worry about having to concentrate on a pattern. This one, there is a chart that you need to follow, so I'm going to need to cast on something new. Hear me out, please. I have a conference that I'm going to with the hubby on Monday. It's an all-day thing. I will be able to knit while I'm there. And I want something where A, I don't have to follow a chart, and B, something that is not big and bulky. So that basically means that I want to cast on another pair of 2 at a time toe up sort of shorty socks. And I'm trying to decide, I really think I'm going to cast on with this yarn. This is the yarn I dyed myself a little while back. It's yarn that the leftover yarn, it was a little bit of leftover yarn in the dye pot from a skein of yarn I dyed a few weeks ago for the qualifying round socks. So, and then I added the speckles. Thank you to whoever it was that suggested I've got spectacles, which are not on top of my head, they're over on my desk, but my spectacles on top of my head were speckles. I might remember that. This is the first time though I have actually remembered that way to think about it. But I'm thinking that I'm going to cake this one up, and I will start a pair of 2 at a time toe up sort of shorty socks with this yarn. And then that will be what I will take that with me when I go to the conference on Monday. And then I'll have something to work on. Unless I decide to go back to working on my opal yarn advent that I got in 2023. Yeah, that was for Advent 2023. They have 24 20-gram skeins of yarn, and so what I want to do, or what I have been doing with those, but I haven't touched them in, it's been quite some time, is I'm using a gray color. I thought I had a pair just over here looking at me. Anyway, I do the toes, heels, and a little bit at the top in an opal solid in a light gray color. And then I use a different yarn for each sock. And I know that drives some of my viewers, it drives them a little bit bonkers because they're not a fan of mismatched socks. And I understand that, but I like them. So I might cake up ball up 2 of the opal yarns, and maybe that's but this is so pretty. This is so tempting. I really do want to see how this looks and how it knits up, but I also should really get some work done on that opal yarn, because I'm not even halfway through all of those. Stay tuned next week and find out which ones I actually, which of the 2. It'll either be opal or it will be the green speckles. Stay tuned for a week and find out. If it's the green speckles, that will be done at bare for the toes, heels, and pop of color at the top, or the gray for the opal. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to do. We'll see. So I think I will be starting those so that I have that to work on while I'm at that conference on Monday. Because I don't want to work on I don't think the new pattern for Sock Madness will be out before I leave Monday morning. The Gansy Adventure socks, I have to follow a chart. and I'm not sure I'll have the space or anything to actually follow a chart very well at a conference. My other projects that I have are my Radvent cardigan, my mitered square cardigan, and my jelly roll cardigan. And all of those are, they're all simple stitch patterns where I don't need to have a pattern to follow, but they're larger and bulkier and a little bit more awkward to work with. So hence the need for a new sock cast on. I know I don't need to talk you guys into, I do not need to talk you into justifying casting on a new project. And it will make to have a pair of vanilla stocks on the go will make for a nice palette cleanser between Sock Madness rounds. Doesn't take much for me to justify a new cast on, does it? Anyway, so other than that, the rest of this week coming up should be pretty straightforward, just normal work stuff. The workload has toned down a little bit now that my condensed course is 100% finished. Spring break, I got all my batteries recharged. And now we're ready to head through the last half of the semester and get that done. But I have one less course to worry about for the last half of the semester. So my teaching load my teaching and grading load is going to be lighter for the second half of the semester, which is nice. And other than that, not much else is new. I don't think so. A little bit shorter episode. This week coming up, I am going to film an unboxing of my Row 1 Mini for March. That arrived Monday morning. It was late getting here. Usually it arrives earlier than that. But it was late. It was late arriving thanks to some delay in the post office. So I'm going to get that unboxed and film that, show you guys sometime in the next few days. And I also still need to do my stash down diaries for February 2025. So I will get that done, and I will get that posted this week coming up as well. And I'll keep on knitting. Alrighty, so again, shorter episode, but hey, I don't have much else to talk about. Now I'm just getting to the point where I'm nattering and just rambling. So I will let you go, and I will see you guys again very soon with a couple extra videos this week and another regular episode next Saturday. Alrighty, take care everyone. Bye.